everybody. It's wonderful to be here. Thank you so much. And I just want to start with Ruben quickly. Ruben, I only had 3 surgeries on martial arts, so you still beat me on that one for sure. But right there with you, buddy. 20 years martial arts. I love this stuff just like you do. And K-Pure, I'm a fanatic as well. I don't know if you guys saw, but a few months ago, actually several months ago now, I released a little short video called K-Pure, So Simple Even a Guy Can Do It. Okay, so check that out if you haven't yet. A couple things just before we get started here and we get to the real fun that's going to happen now is, it's interesting. I love coming to these events, and this is like the 2nd or 3rd one in the last 6 months where we've actually been able to come together again, which is awesome. And I always learn at these events, so I always like to come to these things because it doesn't matter how many years you've been around in Sunrider, at least for me anyway, I always learn something when I come to these events. And it's interesting, there's an old Chinese proverb that I ran across recently that said, learning is like paddling upstream in a river, because when you quit, you always go back. The point being, keep learning, keep coming to the events, and keep having fun. For myself, I'm a 2nd generation Sunrider. How many in here are 2nd generation Sunriders? Raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, a bunch of people here are 2nd generation. Are there any 3rd generation Sunriders? I know there's at least one. My daughter Chloe sitting right there. So great to be here. My story, I'm gonna keep this short and sweet because we've got a couple of people I want to introduce and take the time with them. But for me, 30 years ago probably, my wife and I had moved to Reno, Nevada, and we had just gotten there, was working out in the gym, and I was complaining about a sore shoulder, and a wonderful lady named Rachel Jill came up and introduced me to Sunbreeze oil. This was the first product I was ever exposed to, and I haven't looked back since. Right there with you, still one of my favorites, absolutely. I love my Sunbreeze oil, and thank you so much that it's back in inventory right now. Can't tell you how much I appreciate that. Business experience, shucks. Before I became the Sunrider, I was a corporate guy. I was involved in chemical reclamation, safety training through the National Safety Council, and then most recently in the biotech industry, where we were producing synthetic DNA and peptides for the drug discovery research industries. Well, about 4 or 5 years later, my dad got involved in Sunrider in a very major way through a marriage. And I can remember so many times he would call me at like 12 midnight or 1 in the morning, many times having just hung up with Dr. Chen, because my dad loved Sunrider, he loved Dr. Chen, and he loved the opportunity that was provided. And he would call me and say, Mack, I know you're making money and you enjoy what you're doing and all that kind of stuff, but man, aren't you tired of working for somebody else? And aren't you tired of competing for the corner office? And don't you want to be your own boss, And I had to admit he did. And his dream, my dad's dream, was that at some point my sister and I would join him and carry on this business together. Right back to that legacy and that 2nd and 3rd generation stuff that you guys were talking about earlier. And I don't know if you guys feel it, but every day I send Dr. and Mrs. Chen love for allowing me the opportunity to take on the responsibility for this great international group that we have. I can't thank you guys enough for the opportunity. It's something that changed my life, and I wouldn't be the person I am today had it not been for this opportunity. So that's kind of my stuff. Enough of me, folks. Let's get to what we really want to have some fun with right now, and that is, if you've ever turned into Monday Minutes, Kevin, thank you. Mission Mondays, I should say. Kevin, thank you very much for those. Or you've attended a Sunriser event at the end of the month that the business development team puts on. You've seen the names of these 2 ladies that are going to come up on stage with me right now. If it's time, I'd like to go ahead and do that. Sunny and Emily, would you guys please come up and join me on stage?
It's the moment and everything that's gone.
Because we're talking about social media, don't sit down yet. You know what we have to do. We have to follow Ruben's example and Saban's example. Let's get a little selfie back there with the crowd. Can we get all 3 of us in and everybody behind us? Okay, everybody, give us a big shout out. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Thanks, everyone.
Dad, hold it the other way.
Hold it the other way.
Hold it the
Was
other
it
way so
working
you can
wrong?
get everybody. Yeah.
Oh, shucks. Okay, one more time.
Or do video. Do a video.
Okay, I'm going to do a video. I'm going to flip it around so we can actually see you guys. Maybe? All right. Okay.
Somebody help him.
Thanks, everybody. This is why I have my experts. Okay. All right, you guys. Let's do it again. 1, 2, and 3. Say hello. Awesome. Great. Hey, ladies, please have a seat, and I'll get out of your way, Sunny, so I don't trip on you. Cool. Whoa. No, let's leave that up there. Look, I'm honored here to be sitting with you guys. Again, if anybody's ever tuned into Mission Mondays and you look at the sponsoring and so forth, these ladies are pretty much at the top of the list every single week. They're on the Sunrisers highlights, etc. And a couple of questions for you both. I guess, being second generation Sunriders yourself, what was it like for you guys growing up in a Sunrider household?
It's different than most people, right? Most kids. I always think about like when I was going to school, most kids woke up, had a bowl of sugary cereal, and went off. We had a New Plus smoothie. In the morning, we were drinking Cali, Fortune Delight. And when we had tests or maybe public speaking, our mom would give us E's. So it was awesome because we really were taught a different way of life than just the normal old processed way.
And then I remember my mom working on her little Sunrider business, and she would go to outdoor markets and sell sunberries and fruit and veggies, and we would go with her sometimes, which was fun. And then my two aunts, traveled with Sunrider a lot, so they went all over. They went to China and on all the cruises, and they even took Emily and I on a cruise. So
I know, isn't that cool? I mean, same thing in our family, right, Chloe? I mean, I have pictures and videos and stuff for over the years where we've been to China, we've been to Egypt, we've been through the Mediterranean, we've been all over the place with Sunrider. That never would have happened without that opportunity. Getting back to the social media side of things, I know both of you are very active in social media. You both have your own brands and so forth. What your interest and efforts through social media, how has that helped you attracting clients and building your Sunrider business?
well, my mom's actually the one that kind of found out about social media years ago, like right when Facebook and blogging were just starting out. And she found a network marketing coach that taught her quite a bit. And so I remember when she got her first sale online, how excited we were. And then she kind of taught me, how to do it. And then, so we're still learning from this network marketing coach these days too. And one thing she talks about is finding your target market or your niche. So like for me, I found like on Instagram a group of women, they're called Fit Girls, and they do monthly fitness challenges, and they post their workouts and their food. So I've joined them, and I'll post those kind of things, and then I sprinkle in my Sunrider posts, with those posts, and I have my Sunrider website right there on my profile.
Excellent. Emily, how about you?
I had an interesting experience because during the pandemic, my business shut down because I'm a hairstylist. So we had a month where I was out of work, and so it was awesome because social media was the only thing everybody was doing, and it was like the perfect time to jump right in. And I already had kind of the audience for it because I was a hairstylist. So I kind of adjusted my my niche then to be the holistic hairstylist now. So that pulled Sunrider right in to be able to use their products, to be able to kind of solve the problems that people were having, looking for more natural alternative for beauty items.
That's great. The two handles again: holistic hairstylist for you, right, Emily, and Fit Girls for you, Sunny. Excellent. I follow them both on Instagram. If you guys look for them, please. They post great stuff all the time. I know we talked earlier about some of the posts through social media on skincare, and Emily, one just recently this week was great too, where you were doing the before and after pictures of having used K-Pure once again. Okay, great stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Tell us a little bit, and you touched on it slightly there, but do you guys have an actual strategy? Did you guys sit down and start planning a little bit together as to how you wanted to approach social media and what you really wanted to do with that?
I think it did really help being able to have that marketing coach. And then Sunny really was a great leader for me because we call each other at like 7 in the morning and talk about, okay, this is what I want to do. How should I approach it, online? But really our thing was not necessarily just finding a target age group because, all ages can enjoy Sunrider. But for us, it was finding the right person that, again, it solved their problem. So like for me, I was 40 with acne still. Sunrider solved my problem. So I pulled in a lot of people who had the exact same problem I did. And it's all ages, right? Skincare is for everybody. So really just trying to put something out there that can help a specific person solve their problem.
Excellent. Sunny, how about you? Was there any strategy involved in what you're doing with Fit Girls? I mean, you kind of shared that already, just seeing the audience that you wanted and starting to post things that would attract people to you, right?
Yeah, so I post on my stories quite a bit. I post what I'm cooking or what I'm doing for my workout that day. And then I like to sprinkle and post about sunriders, so I'll post my lipsticks, or I really like Fortune Delight, because people, I see they struggle with what they drink. So sugary drinks, diet drinks, and so I try to just sprinkle in those posts, not too often, but a couple times a week.
Excellent. Do you guys find with social media, and I know for myself, I play around a lot too, okay? I like to post on Facebook, and I do play in social media and with Instagram and TikTok a little bit. But one of the challenges I've had is, even with my posts, attracting people that I can sponsor, number one, but more importantly, monetize the effort that I'm putting out there. Do you guys find it easy to develop a relationship on social media and then carry that forward to actually participating in your business?
Yeah, absolutely. I think people really get to know you, right? When they get to see your personal life. So that attracts people to you. And then for us, when people do reach out to us with questions, it might be a product question. We made it really easy for ourselves. We have little scripts that will text right away. We'll send them a message, it's a little script right away, just to start engaging them in conversation, really asking them, what have you used in the past? How has that worked for you? Because then it gets them interested in, they know you're interested in them, but it gets them into a dialogue with you.
Right on. Sunny, anything for you on that one?
Just really, it's sharing your story with a product, and people will identify with that problem, and then they'll want to know, how that helped you. And I think sharing your story with certain product really does.
Absolutely. In some previous meetings, we've had other people talk about social media. Raman Chin, for instance, from Australia at the October conference, where he spoke about social media and how we should approach things. Tell me a little bit, one of the things Raman talked about, and we've had a chance to discuss a little bit, is the idea of the live stream shopping, okay, which is kind of a big thing now in certain markets and so forth. I think you both tried a little bit. Give me your experience, if you don't mind, about live stream shopping.
Live stream shopping makes me nervous, personally. I don't like it. I like to be able to filter what I put on social media, but it can work. But really, I think it's building a relationship to me with people, because when someone jumps on, sometimes people are scared that you notice them on a live. They hate it when you say their name and then they jump off, for me personally. But that doesn't mean it doesn't work, because it just depends on, every person is different. And truly, Sunny and I always say this all the time, we have all of these different ways that we're reaching out to people. It all works. Everything brings in people. So if you're a person who loves doing live videos and live shopping, I say go for it.
There you go. One of the things that we discussed around that topic was the idea of how quickly things change in social media and how we have to stay up on what the current stuff is and adapt basically to what's going on. I think that plays in a lot with what we were talking about with the live streaming, right? It can work a little bit, things change, you have to move on to a new strategy, but the point is keep doing something, right? All the time. Excellent. Tell me a little bit, if you can, I know you guys focus a lot on sunlighter products and the skincare, in particular with you, of course. How has K-Pure and some of the other skincare products really helped you in terms of expanding your reach out there?
Oh man, I'm so thankful for the K-Pure line. Saved my face, saved my life. But it's nice to be able to have, we have so many different products, but then you have something like K-Pure. It's super current, it's trendy. The dispenser for the beauty water is totally on trend, people love it. And so it's really starting to attract more people, because it looks cool and it makes you look beautiful at the same time. So it really can explode your business, because you've got more options now for people who are even in the younger generation.
Absolutely. Sunny, I know your focus with Fit Girl is probably more along the Fortune Delight lines and some of that stuff. What are the products that you typically focus on when you're approaching people that you want to attract?
So I kind of just go with what's available. So when Fortune Delight was available, that's what I went with. But then now we have the lipsticks, and the skincare has been big. So one thing I liked was sharing. I learned something called skin flooding, and so I tried it with our beauty water, where you add 3 layers or more even of the beauty water and let it dry, and that provides intense hydration, and it really worked. So I've been trying to share that more, because everyone wants a glowing complexion.
Absolutely. I loved it when I saw you post that, because I started doing that too. And folks, one of the things that we'll do when you're coming back from lunch, for anybody that wants, is we have a few bottles of the beauty water here. Anybody who wants a spritz on the way back in, let us know, okay? Because it really does work. It's something I do every night as well. And wonderful. Thank you for sharing that. Kind of a last thing, if you don't mind, and if you guys can just share with us a little bit about what are some of your goals and aspirations for the future? I mean, the products are all coming back now. We have an incredible opportunity out in front of us. You guys are dealing with social media. Where do you see this going?
Well, for me, my husband is retiring next year from the fire department at 48. So I'm hoping to, build my Sunrider income and grow it so that, I can pay for all the fun extras in life and take them on vacations and take my daughters on all the Sunrider trips.
Perfect.
And it's been kind of a fun year for me. I hit 2 new ranks this year, so that was like super exciting for me. Especially right now, right? For feeling do that. But I mean, I want to keep going. That's not it, the end for me. For me as a hairstylist, I've owned my own business for 15 years, been a hairstylist for 17. The body's getting a little tired of it, and you don't get much retirement when you own your own business. So Sunrider, this is my retirement. I want to be able to have a fun life and travel even once I'm done behind the chair.
Absolutely. Any last comments for people before we finish off with the fun thing we're going to do?
Don't give up. and use all the products because they're all amazing.
Sunny, anything for you?
I was just thinking how, like in 2006, when my mom got her first sale, it was from her blog. So that was when blogging was a thing. And now, all these years later, it's Instagram, TikTok. So just keep learning and keep trying to bring out the new things.
Fabulous, thank you. Hey, before we stop this though, we're going to do something else right now to show you guys how easy social media truly is. And I hope it's easier than me trying to take a photo or a video. But we're going to do a quick Instagram Live where Emily will come out in the audience and we'll just kind of walk around and just talk to a few people and see how it goes. So Emily, yes, if you're in your
My introduction works. Okay, you guys ready?
Yep.
Start from here.
Okay.
Hey you guys, we're visiting you straight from the Sunrider Regional Tour here in Phoenix, Arizona. We are super excited to be here. We just did a little interview with Matt Atkinson. He's super awesome. Talked a little bit about social media today, but we're gonna run around and we're gonna talk to everybody in the audience. So check it out first. How's everybody feel today being here live?
Careful going down the stairs, please.
We've got Kevin, Maggie, we're fangirling, meeting everybody. Say hi. Check this out. We've got the Chens, you guys. This is like amazing. It's so cool. We know Bob Oakes. How are you feeling today, Bob?
Doing great, thank you.
Loving
Good to
it.
be here.
Good to see you.
Thank you for
Glenda
sharing.
Filan, she did some awesome speaking with her daughter. We've got everybody. Say, hey guys, hi. Woo! Hey, Eric Schuster. What do you think, Aaron?
This is awesome, the best lecture ever. I'm so excited to be here.
All right, cool. So you guys, we're gonna be here all day today. We're gonna make sure that we're showing you pictures. We're gonna show you videos so that you can get excited